Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So it's been a while since I've actually uploaded a video. It's been about, I think, almost a week now, 7 days since I've last uploaded a video. As you guys might have known, it's because I moved to a new house. So a lot of stuff going on, a lot of problems. Moving in is such a big thing. There's a lot I still need to do. But I wanted to give a quick video out because I finally got to watch the new episode of Boba Fett. Literally the whole week I was dodging spoilers, but it was all worth it because I did see some things that might have been the episode. When you wait a whole week to watch an episode, and you're on the internet, you're bound to see some sort of spoilers. I knew Mando was going to be in it from the last episode. I sort of saw hints of the Darksaber and stuff like that. I was like, wow, this is going to be awesome. So these are my quick thoughts on the episode. Please make sure you like this video if you guys have been enjoying it. Please make sure to subscribe if you're new. But let's take a look into Book of Boba Fett episode 5. And I know my background setup isn't too great right now. I mean, I used to have the movies behind me. My movies are sort of scattered all around right now. But I do like this cool setup over here. I do plan on bringing like LED lights, like cool paintings, make it look more, vibrant in the background. But all that aside, let's take a look at the episode. So I would say within the first 10 minutes of this new episode, I already knew it was going to be my favorite. I already knew it was going to be better than any Boba Fett episode that we've gotten so far. And it hurts to say that because I have been liking the show. But as you guys have probably seen my past reviews, there was something I felt was missing from this show. It was lacking something. I didn't have that same feeling that I even had that was close to Mando. I'm not saying that it needed to be better than Mando or even just as good as Mando. But Boba Fett, I feel like, should be getting the same amount of creativity, storytelling as Din Djarin. I just didn't really feel that. The Tusken Raider stuff, I didn't really care for. So this whole episode, Boba Fett's not even in it. Right away, the episode lets us know that this whole episode will be about Din Djarin. Right away with the Darksaber. The way that Darksaber looked was amazing. The choreography, the fight choreography with it was amazing. It looked so cool with the music and just seeing Din back with that armor and, just doing a typical bounty. It just brought a feeling of, I guess, nostalgia in a way, since it has been a couple of years since the first season of Mando. But also, like, the Star Wars epicness that I've been missing. Boba Fett's had some Star Wars epicness. They've had some great moments. But there's just something different with Din. I just feel more of a connection with him than I do with Boba. Now, that is just my personal preference. Some people may have a better connection with Boba than Mando. It's all, it varies. And I know this episode was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. I think she's doing a phenomenal job directing these Star Wars episodes. I know there's a big movement that people are saying that she should get her own Star Wars movie. And I'm totally on board with it. I think she deserves to get her own Star Wars movie. I think she's one of the best directors of these Star Wars episodes that we've seen so far. And this episode is amazing in so many ways. I think just one of the best things I've seen from the beginning of this episode was how beautiful it looked. There with that Halo outpost. I don't think it was like a planet. It was like this Halo outpost that Mando goes to return the bounty. And it just looks so beautiful. It's like jaw-droppingly beautiful at times. Some of the shots were amazing. The directing was also great. Following Mando through that whole place, him in the elevator, the tracking shots, just following him. The camera movements were so good, and I think she did a wonderful job directing. And then I also love when Din goes to armor, and we get all this great lore about the Darksaber, Tar Vizsla, Bo-Katan. We get to see the Great Purge. We get to hear more about the Night of a Thousand Tears. And I think for a casual fan who hasn't maybe watched Rebels or the Clone Wars or doesn't know much about the history of Mandalore, all this big dialogue about lore could have been boring, or they couldn't have understood it, or they were like, why does this matter? But for the fans who, they know about Mandalore, they know about the history, they know about the Great Purge, Tar Vizsla, the history of the Darksaber, what it means. We got some answers about Bo-Katan and how, she comes from a big family, but she never won that saber in combat. So she sort of, doomed Mandalore in a way. And, to hear about all that and for it to be explained in the show, I think is such a great way for mainstream audiences to first get introduced to it. Because now once they hear that, they'll research it more, they want to learn more. And it's such a great lore that Mandalore has. And I just love, hearing about it again. Another reoccurring theme that I love about this episode was Din and his connection with Grogu and how he sort of misses that. He misses Grogu a lot. And when he forges that gift for Grogu with the spear that Ahsoka gave him, and he says, make this a gift for Grogu. Like, even the way that it's gifted, it looks like Grogu with the ears and everything. And then even when he goes to the plane and he sees little Greedo, like that makes him think of Grogu. It's a little green species, it's a little kid. And he looks down at the gift again. And he sees, even the way it's gifted looks like Grogu, like what I just said. And I just love that Din has that connection with him. And then right before this, we get to see some cool training, montages between the armor and Din. I thought just the training session was awesome, but then the guy who Jon Favreau plays, the other Mandalorian, he says that, he's a Vizsla, and that the Vizslas is what created the Darksaber. He thinks it should belong to him. He doesn't think Din is ready, or he doesn't believe in Din. As we know with the Darksaber stuff, like, it gets heavier if you don't use it right. Like, he was trying to use it, but then Armor was trying to explain it. You have to feel it. I love that. All that was sort of new with the Darksaber, right? I don't think we ever got information about that before. So look, that was cool. But then seeing Vizsla go up against Din for the Darksaber, I mean, it was awesome. It was a challenge. It felt very like Viking-esque, sort of like gladiator thing, just like an open challenge. And Din just like, yeah, sure, like come challenge for me. And then another great moment right after is when Din admits that he took off his helmet. So now the armor is like, you're no longer Mandalorian. So what does this make Din now? If he's no longer Mandalorian, he's just a bounty hunter, I guess, right? And then we finally get Din going back to Tatooine. I could see, I mean, I haven't really heard much of the reception about this episode. Like I've said, I've been trying to stay away from spoilers and receptiveness. So I don't know how people really feel about the episode. I know people are loving it, but I feel like most people wouldn't really like the Tatooine stuff with the repairing the ship for Naboo. Just because it was very long, but I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun little repair scene. I mean, I love when movies, when they have like car fixing scenes, I always think those are fun. And this is pretty much what it was. And with the Naboo starship, like, come on, that is so awesome for Din. And then when he brings it for a test drive, it feels so nostalgic, like in Phantom Menace with the pod racing. You know, he's like testing it through the Grand Canyon thing. Not the Grand Canyon, the canyons, right? I thought that was so much fun with the music, and it just looked beautiful again. And then when the pilots pull him over in space, a funny little thing, funny little nod back to Mando season 2, I believe, with that pilot. And then finally at the end, we have Fennec Shand coming down, asking for Mando for help. He sort of says, like, it's on the house. He gives the money back. But he says, I have to go visit a little friend first, which means that we're probably going to get Grogu and Luke in this season, which is insane. But my rating right now for this episode is a 4.3 out of 5. Now, this is such a high rating for a Boba Fett show so far. And I hate to even give it this high of a rating. I just feel bad because it's a Din rating. This will always be known as like, oh, this is the Din Djarin episode, you know? And I would hate for him to become the focus of this show. Like, I love this episode. I love seeing Din. I love everything that literally happened in this episode. But I would love to see Boba get some more spotlight. I hate that I haven't been liking the show. It hurts me. I hate that I haven't been liking Boba Fett's character arc and what he's been going through and the whole story. Because I feel like I should. Meanwhile, Din, you give me one episode, I'm all on board with what he's doing. It's so much character depth. So much, like, I'm just... That connection with him and Grogu is so much stronger than anything that Boba Fett has with the Tusken Raiders. But that is pretty much it for the episode. I apologize for my dog. You know, he's just like licking his cock over there the whole time. I probably should have locked him out before. But I thought this episode was great. What did you guys think about the episode? I know, you know, I think a new episode literally drops tomorrow, so this is so late. It was just because I moved and I wanted to just get a video out. And there probably will be a bunch of videos that I come out with today because I've been behind on so much things. On so many things. There's like a bunch of trailers I want to react to. Like, there's so much stuff I wanted to do throughout this week. But I've just been so busy. But hopefully next week episode, do you guys think we're going to see Grogu and Luke? I don't know. I hope so. I think it'd be so much fun. But I want Boba to get some love too. I hate, you know, like what I just said, that I haven't been liking it that much. But comment down below what you guys think. Please make sure you like this video if you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe for new. I'll see you on the next video. Have a great rest of the day.